Hey everybody, Spidey Librarian here, and it is time for the second character deep dive for the month of August, Spider-Man 2099. Now, Spider-Man 2099 is a personal favorite of mine. I was reading Amazing Spider-Man back in the 90s when the character actually had kind of a little mini story in one of the anniversary issues. And so I was there from the beginning. I remember the character showing up. He was so 90s, you know. He was like Spider-Man, except he had like fangs and claws and he could inject venom and all this other stuff. And he was, you know, he was set in the future and it was a dystopia and it was just so violent. Eventually, Spider-Man 2099 made his way out of the comics, but he kind of snuck back in with Superior Spider-Man, and I didn't even realize that I missed him as much as I did until I saw him on the cover of an issue of Superior Spider-Man, and I'm like, oh my god! Fortunately, he's gotten a comic spin-off since then. He's still, like, around. It's great. I love it. And now he's got a character in Marvel Contest of Champions, so I'm pretty happy about that. Let's see how he looks. You guys ready? Here we go.
Welcome back to another Champion Deep Dive, and today we're talking about Spider-Man 2099. Game with new mechanics and a new debuff. Let's get into
New debuff?
It's the contest with an always active ability, where he cannot gain buffs. However, if he would gain a buff, he instead pauses his personal debuffs for 5 seconds. Keep in mind, his personal stuns are not paused with this ability. Now, while
don't understand
backwards,
what that means.
Spider-Man 2099, his chance is increased to 100% on block if the opponent is suffering from a Wither debuff. But more on that in just a little bit.
Okay.
Now, he also has resistance up. So, when attacked, there's a 100% chance to gain an indefinite resistance up passive, increasing both physical and energy resistance. If Spider-Man
doesn't look like
2099
it's doing
is interrupted
much, though.
while he's charging a heavy, check out his special attacks.
Okay, so far I'm more
The
confused
special one.
than anything.
The last 3 hits, speaking of which,
Okay, yeah, looks cool.
Special 3. Spider-Man 2099 inflicts a stun debuff for 4 seconds. He also inflicts a slow debuff lasting 25 seconds, reducing unstoppable and evadability accuracy by 100%.
Okay,
Keep in mind, let's take him for a spin in the champion rotation.
okay. So far I'm mostly just
For a
confused
damage
about how to
focus,
play him.
start off with a heavy attack, extend debuffs while working to your special 2.
Oh my god.
Further, while stacking on ruptures by hitting into the opponent's block and letting their power bar reach 0 to burst those ruptures.
Yeah,
Now, let's check out some best uses.
I'm seeing that the hitting into the block thing is what they want
Not only
you to do
does
with
Spider-Man 2099 with Sabretooth, Longshot, or Psylocke on the team, Spider-Man 2099 gains 85 critical rating per unique debuff on the opponent, helping you give those yellow numbers a little more of a consistent showing.
him. Okay, I can
With
see
Sabretooth,
the appeal
blocking
there.
an attack with Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, on a well-timed block, he gains a 33% chance to gain a Bulwark passive, granting 700 block proficiency for 10 seconds. With Scarlet Witch Classic, when granting a buff
I don't
on
know that I
herself,
would use
she
the
gains
boy
15% of bar of power over 3
with him
seconds.
though, because I don't use the boy to block.
And for Iron
you know?
Man, his heavy attack inflicts a power drain, removing 50% of the opponent's current power over 5 seconds.
Damn.
This ability has a 20-second cooldown. Symbiote problems.
that's pretty nice.
With Venom or Carnage on, or Spider-Gwen on the team, Spider-Man 2099 gains a 100% chance to evade the first time he is struck in a fight. For the rest of the Synergy members, they gain an unstoppable passive for 1 second after an evade triggers.
Oh.
This effect.
Okay.
Thank you for watching this Champion Deep Dive for Spider-Man 2099. Are you ready? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and if you liked the video and want to see more, click subscribe, like, comment, and share. And remember, we'll see you in the Battle Realm.
Huh. All right. Well, that was interesting. I really don't know what to think of 2099. I'm sure I'm sure some of you guys have your opinions, but like watching all of that, I have a much better idea of how to use Penny than I do how to use 2099. And I think it's partially because he's got a new debuff, which I think that's cool, but like I don't know. It feels a bit much like they're kind of layering on something new just to make the game more complex. And I don't know that I necessarily want that. Definitely feel like Penny is going to be the more sought after champ. I feel like with 2099 though, you have to have like 3 separate master's degrees to understand how to use him, you know? I'll probably watch it again and again just to make sure that I understand it, but I'm going to want these characters simply because they're Spider-Verse characters. I don't necessarily know that I'm going to want to take him up to like rank 5 or anything. I don't know. It just seems like it's way too complex to use him. Like I see the damage potential, and I see that there are ways to make him useful, but I don't know. He looks like someone, like he doesn't gain buffs, which is fine. I know they've got a mechanical workaround for that. I don't know. He's going to play very differently than the way that I'm used to playing. I'm already kind of learning other characters right now, so I don't know. So that inability to gain buffs is probably his best piece of utility. Can actually dex on certain annoying nodes. I guess, like, what is it? Slash tires, I think, is one of those nodes that, you dex to pause debuffs. Okay. All I really heard, Spaz says, all I really heard was new debuff, which means it's unavoidable / nobody is immune to it. But if it's just him pausing debuffs, it may not be terrible. See, and I understand that there's a reason that you would want to, like, to pause the debuffs, but I'm having a hard time comprehending it. Most champions don't have an immunity to any non-damaging debuffs, but the debuff is reversing ability power gain. Right. So basically, you stack debuffs, pause them with dex. The more you have, the harder the special 2 hits. Thank you for breaking that down, Taffer. I appreciate it. I'll probably keep that in mind when I get him and try to play him that way and see how he works. So, again, I'm excited because he's a new Spider-Verse character. I'm excited because it's Spider-Man 2099. I'm even excited for the new debuff. But a lot of the stuff going on, I'm looking at what Dave was telling us to do in order to make the most efficient use of him, and I'm just sitting here going, what? What is this? Why do I have to do all these different things to get to this one? I don't know. But we're not going to know for sure until we actually get our hands on these characters and play them and see how it goes. So I'm gonna hold off on final judgment. I will say I'm not as excited for 2099 as I am for Penny, but they're both Spider-Verse characters. I want them. I'm not even gonna deny it. So I will probably see if I can grind Arena for these characters, which I don't say that for many. Now, when I say that, though, I'm talking just the 4 stars. I don't have the roster to get the 5 or the 6 stars, and I'm not even going to try that. Thank you for watching this reaction. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and thwip on the like button. And what do you think of Spider-Man 2099? Do you think he's going to be sought after? Do you think there's just too much complexity to deal with the character? Is he too slow to build up his rotations? I want to know what you think, so go ahead and leave a comment. You can follow me on my socials. I'm active on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Spidey Librarian. And I am premiering these reactions on stream, so if you want to catch them, go ahead and find me on Twitch and follow me so that you can get alerts whenever I go live. In the meantime, thank you for watching. This has been Spidey Librarian, and until my next upload, I'm wishing you a good day.